Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, MP here. We've been doing a lot of work recently on the studio um, for one of our math courses. It's a pretty neat concept. They want to allow students to submit drafts of blog posts surrounding a mathematical topic, and they want to be able to have their peers critique it anonymously. So that's a lot of that functionality was already built into the studio. So we spent some time this week cleaning up the studio and adding a dashboard to it to make that process easier. So I'm going to give you a quick demo on some of our progress this week. So first, I'm an administrator right now, pretty much with an instructor role. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create an assignment. And this first assignment for this math course is called the question. So we really want students to um, um, propose um, a, uh, a topic about sustainability using math um, for your arguments. Something like that. Obviously, a little bit more eloquent um, and coherent, but nonetheless, we'll put some instructions in there. We can also give some requirements here. In this case, we're just going to do text for now. So then we move on to logistics. We have a submission type. I'm going to choose the question, so that's pretty much. I'm not going to touch too much on that, but it's just for categorizing this correctly. Visibility is going to be public, and then I'm going to set a due date on this. So when is this due? This is due from June 11th, 2016 to, let's say, starts at midnight. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the due date. Let's see, let's make the due date the 20th. And we will make this today. All right. So we've set a due date, and then we've set a begin date. Now, the begin date's optional. You can just set a due date and have it open at the start of the course if you would like. So let's move on to the critique. So in this case, we want students to critique each other, and we don't want them to be able to see who they're critiquing or who has critiqued their work. So we're going to choose double blind, and we're going to give them an outline. So we've created two questions to guide the critique. One of them is how unique is this question, and the second one is did the students use math appropriately to justify their proposal? And we will give a due date on that as well. So we have start and end dates for critiques now. Extras I'm not going to touch on right now. We'll just select some default ones here, and then we'll choose a section. So what section are we, should this assignment be shown to? And we'll hit save. So now that that's been saved, as you can see, the question is started and, or the assignment has been created with some information and some instructions here. So to see what this looks like from a student view, let's pop open to Safari, and as you can see, I'm logged in as student 1 right now. We'll refresh here, and we should see that assignment. So as an administrator, whenever I created that assignment, what that did is it created the assignment here, and then it also created a critique due date as well. So just from making that one assignment, since I had a critique option on it, it added that under the list of to-dos or assignments for the students to complete. So as a student, right now what I would do is, since this is active, it's currently after this due date, so I can now go ahead and submit this. So I will submit this, submit assignment, and my assignment will be, will we eventually run out of food? So that's my philosophical, mathematic, sustainability question. And I will put in just some placeholder text for now. And I will change this from submission in progress to ready for review. I'm ready for others to critique this. So there's my submission. If I head back to my dashboard, it should say that this has been completed. I've have my submission here, and that's assigned, that's connected to this assignment, so it's marked as done. And what I can do now is go ahead and critique. So I'll hit this critique button. And it says, oh, the critiques are not yet active for this assignment because it's not due until, doesn't open until for 4 more days. Let's go ahead and change that. Let's update the due date. So I'm back as an administrator. I'm going to visit this question here, and I'm going to edit the assignment. And I am going to go into critique and change this to the 11th. So now that I've done that, as student 1, I should be able to click this now. And I can at least access the page now, which is good. But as you can see, we're getting a message as a student that says, currently no one else has submitted work for you to critique. Stop back soon once other members of the class have made submissions. So I'm sort of waiting for others to submit their assignments so that I can critique that. So what we can do now is let's switch over to another student. So what I'm going to do is switch from student 1 over to student 2. And we'll see what their dashboard looks like. Okay, so as you can see, I'm student 2 and I no longer have the done or anything because I haven't completed anything yet. So let's go ahead as student 2 and complete that first assignment. So I'll read through the instructions. Okay. Propose a topic. Mine is going to be, and I will throw some text in there and mark this as ready for others to review it. Head back to the dashboard. I can see that my question, I've completed that assignment, and here is my submission if I need to get back to it at any time. Cool. So now as student 2, what I'm going to do is I think I'm ready to critique. So I'll hit the critique button, and now since student 1 completed their submission, I now see this randomly generated, randomly assigned submission to critique. So as student 2, I can see the title of it, I can see what assignment it's related to, and I can read its contents, but as you can see, I don't have access to who wrote it or any of the author information surrounding it. So this is a double-blind critique. or this is a blind critique in this case right now. It will be double blind once I submit it. And as you can see, we have a critique area and we have some guiding questions. All right, so I've just critiqued this submission and I will hit save. So as student 2, I can see this critique here, and I can scroll down and I can see this is my critique. I can see the author information because I'm the author. So I've just completed that. So let's head back to the dashboard and see what that looks like. So that critique is here on my dashboard, and under the assignments, this is marked as done. All right, so let's head back to student 1 and see what that looks like. So student 1, I have not yet critiqued anybody because nobody was ready to critique, but let's give it a try now. So now student 1, I've just critiqued this and I've given them some information to look into the MATA formula to answer their questions. So I've given them some good critique there. And I'll save that and I can see my critique. So let's head back to the dashboard. And now you can see that that is done. And I'll click on my submission here. And I can see that, oh, somebody critiqued it. I'll click on that critique. And I can see that this is critiqued by somebody. And I can see what the critique was. Now, I don't see who wrote it. So I don't see any author information, but I do see the critique. So I have no idea that this actually came from student 1 or student 2. I'm sorry. So pretty cool. So that's how that works from a student perspective.